Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is a two-headed giant modern match. Let's see, 2 mana. I guess I can keep it. This is my mono white life gain deck. It looks like my partner is running a red-white. I'd call it a Boros deck. True Grand Abolisher, which is nice in case I don't draw another land. It lets me have two things that I can play on 2 mana. Though if I could draw another mana on my next turn, it'd be kind of nice to be able to throw down something, 3rd turn, throw out the Mentor, and then on 4th turn be able to play something and draw a card off the Mentor. Throwing out the Abolisher, because he is really, really annoying to your opponents. And unfortunately, it's looking like Devout Lightcaster isn't going to be able to do anything spectacular this game. It doesn't look like either one of my opponents is playing black. Woodland Changeling. Interesting play. The only time I've ever seen him played is when I've thrown him into a theme deck to fill out my theme. Since he's every creature type, you can throw him in any deck, any theme deck that requires a creature type. I think the last time I threw him in a deck was... what was I building? What was I building? Was it an Allies deck? I think it was. I think I was in that point where in Paper Magic. I don't have the cards that I have in paper that I do online. Yeah, I think it was an ally deck. I didn't have all of the ally cards that I needed to finish my deck, and I needed another ally card. So I just grabbed this little guy because he's cheap and he counts. And of course the shuffler decides to screw me over. What else is new? At some point I hope that, one of my rants about how off-kilter the shuffler is will finally reach somebody at Wizards so they can fix this crap. Because this happens entirely too often to be random. And I've changed my decks. I've rebuilt them with different mana, different land counts to try and fix it myself, and it doesn't help at all. I was gonna say, are you gonna attack? liked this card back in Zendikar block. I always liked it. It was a nice little trade-off, you know. First turn, most likely you're not going to play anything anyway, and you get a little 0/1 chump blocker. I honestly would have expected that card to have first strike, but I guess that would have been a little too much for its mana cost and what it can do. But my partner can swing in with both without fear of losing either one. I have to say the fact that the Crow and Hoplight's ability says number of attacking creatures and not number of attacking creatures other than itself. And of course the Shuffler still decides to screw me over. Why wouldn't it? Why would it possibly want me to be able to play a normal game of Magic? Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Target creature player. No wonder he's playing the little guy. He's a dragon. That was entirely unexpected. So, Shuffler, want to give me a land? I know you don't want to give me a land, but give me a land. Thank you. Now it comes down to whether I want to attack or not, and I don't really. I really should. I'm gonna send in the 2/1 because I did just give him another dragon. I have to admit, I like the flavor of this guy's deck. I mean, somewhere subconsciously I knew that changelings were dragons, but until I saw him play this deck, I didn't connect the two. Now the land would let me play... Well, it wouldn't let me play anything more than I can already play. So I'd most likely throw down the Mentor, so that the next time I play something I can draw a card. It's either that, or I could throw down Opal Eye to try and stave off the Taurian Mauler. At least for a turn. And then if I had to, I could throw down Devout Lightcaster to chump block, because this thing doesn't have trample. I'm trying to think, maybe I should go back and rebuild this deck with more land. And I know that really won't change how the shuffler decides to screw me over, but it will make it so that more often I'll be able to curve out better. Because a lot of the time, you know, my big bombs are, you know, Feud Killer's Verdict and Beacon of Immortality. And the fact that I'm sitting at 3 mana right now on turn 6, when everybody else has a lot more mana than me. So, I don't really have a response, so I'm gonna throw down Opal Eye. That way, if he decides to attack, I can group block and kill it. If I keep hitting land drops, things should start smoothing out a little bit. Oh, damn it, not another one of these bastards. 3 dragons, so he could pick off the Abolisher. Or he could... yeah. Pick off the Abolisher. I was gonna say he could hit Opali and then make it so that, you know, if I blocked, both of my creatures would die. Or he could have just shot us in the face. You should have done that first. But thankfully, Opali can still block the Taurian Mauler and live. It's the most important part, is that that she can live, or he. I don't know. I don't know if because the name really doesn't let you know. I think it might be a guy. I think Opali might be a man or a kitsune male. Oh, damn it. Dragons. Well, partner, there's nothing I can do. His next swing is going to be ridiculous. That is really expensive. And how does that help us? And dragon. One, 2, 8. That thing can fire breathe. I was gonna say I could block this, but it's only twice each turn, so it would only be 3. But even if I did block that and it didn't have a restricted fire breathing, the flyer has fire breathing. And he didn't use it. But we're pretty much screwed. Flies over for 4. Puts us at 15. I could double us to 30. Dragons could hit us for 6, 7, 8, 9. 13 plus 8 is 21. What? Oh, he didn't block the vigilance guy. And now we're dead. We had exactly one chance to get another turn, and that would have been this. If my partner had cast this on the dragon guy. But he didn't. Now we're dead. I honestly don't think that we could have won anyway, but now we're dead. And he built a match, so let's see if we can actually play the second game or not. Most of the time, people who build matches do it accidentally, and when you get ready to play the second game, they just quit because they never wanted to play a second game. They just wanted to play that one game. Okay. Keeping again, because at least I have 2 land. Unfortunately, I have 2 boon reflections in my hand. Not exactly that helpful. But I do have a Spirit Link, so in case he does play Torian Mauler or that dragon, I can sort of neutralize it. And yes, I could have played Spirit Link on my partner's creature, but honestly, I think I'd rather keep it to slow down my opponents. Wow, 3 Boros Charms and no red mana. No second mana. Looks like the shuffler decided to screw my partner hard. So I got a second Spirit Link, so now I could put that on. I could put one on my partner's creature. Okay, Rampant Growth. All of you windows, go back to the way you were. If I wanted you out, I would have put you that way myself. Ouch. I think I'm gonna go aggro. Well, as much aggro as this deck can manage. Since neither one of them are playing black. I have to say, I don't think I saw any artifacts or enchantments from their last plays. It's not to say there aren't any in their decks, but I didn't see any in the last game, so I don't know if this is going to be useful at all. Okay, did my part? Yep, he got a fetch land. At least this way he'll be able to play 2 mana stuff, which is pretty much almost his entire hand. He'll get a shuffle on his deck, so maybe he'll draw another land on his next turn. Yeah, I was gonna say, Boros Charm. Unless you have another lightning bolt. Mana, and nothing I can really do with it. But they don't know that I have nothing to do with 4 mana. They know that I have a Crib Swap in my deck. Okay, out comes the 2 for the 2. On my turn, I will Spirit Link it and effectively neuter it. Granted, he will be able to deal damage, it just means that we'll gain life every time it does. You know, I could double Spirit Link, because Spirit Link isn't Lifelink. This effect stacks. So, when Dragon number 3 comes out, or no, whenever Scourge of Valakut or another dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals the damage, not the Scourge. I thought it was the Scourge that did the damage. Oh well, it's still a viable target. But at the same time, I might not have to worry about it, because my partner could choose to Chain to the Rocks. Or not. I think I will just have to Spirit Link him to slow him down. Even if my partner does Chain to the Rocks next turn. This way he won't want to attack with it this turn. Because theoretically he could deal 9, well, with that land it would be a total of 10 if he had taken 2. 10 damage that we couldn't have stopped. Okay. You're gonna deal 6 damage, and we're gonna gain 6 life. And if I can draw a land on my next turn, I can play Boon Reflection, which will really make you angry. I got plenty more. You weren't paying attention? You know, it's really unfortunate that this little guy doesn't have first strike. Because his battalion ability is completely useless at the moment. Alright, my partner got a land. It's the first step to his road to recovery. Play Chain to the Rocks on Scourge of Valacus. Or Valkus. Dude. Chain the dragon. This doesn't have flash. You would have still been able to play Boros Charm. Since it looks like my partner doesn't really care anymore. Wow, he didn't boost it. Does he have that dragon with bloodthirst or something? I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't have tacked on fire breathing when you had the chance. It's free damage. So, all my big bombs cost 6 mana, and I only have 5. So I'd have to draw another land to be able to play them, and draw them to be able to play them. So I won't be able to do anything like that next turn. But if I can draw, another lone missionary wouldn't be bad, because at least then it would gain us another 8 life. And bring us back up. And I could Spirit Link the dragon at the same time. Very nice. And next turn he can play another one, equip the Greaves to it, and swing, and things will go crazy. I have to admit the angel is a little bit more important than that little 1/1. Let's see what I draw. Because I'm thinking I'll have to Spirit Link the dragon, which leaves me mana to revoke existence, which I could do to... Oh! Oath? I think I will Spirit Link an Oath, and to revoke existence will have to wait until another turn. I mean, aside from the fact that, big deal, it's 1 mana. But 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so he has a lot of mana, but even with all of that mana, it would only be 15 damage from the dragon. Well, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 now, so 16 damage. So but thanks to the Spirit Link, he will not attack. Okay. Thank you. Were you not paying attention? Boon Reflection. Spirit Link. We gain double the damage that you're going to deal. So, yes, please, keep doing that. Do that as much as you can. Please, pour all of your mana into it. Don't listen to your partner. Come on. Come on. No, don't look at the enchantment. Keep fire breathing. Oh, ruin my fun. Yes! Keep going! Oh, this is funny. Unless, of course, he has something that can double the damage that would be dealt this turn? Because if he does that, then we're dead straight out. Um... But it doesn't look like he has a clue as to what's going on. He's gonna gain us 15 life. Oh, it's beautiful when they fall into things like that. Now I'm wondering whether Boon Reflection stacks with Boon Reflection. Just a little musing. Because I've never actually seen that interaction before. So I honestly have no idea. As it says, if you would gain life, you gain twice that much life. Or is it because it's worded with the word instead? Does that mean that you can only gain twice that much life? I don't know. I'm not a judge. I'm not a rules person. I know how things typically work. Let's go ahead and deny him 1 mana. Leave myself enough mana to crib swap something. Swing in for 7. That will put them at 6. My partner then just has to attack with all 3 of his creatures, and the Firemane Avengers battalion abilities can finish this game. Okay. I don't see how that helps you, but I'm curious. Okay. We'll take 4. I never even really considered crib swapping that because, honestly, big deal, 4 damage. What I'm hoping to be able to crib swap is something like that, what is it, Dragon Scale Commander, the one that lets you bolster X? Because that could be really annoying. If Dragons plays another nasty dragon, I mean, if he were to play a second Scourge, that would be fucked up. And it would be too late for me to crib swap. Unless I wanted to crib swap this while the other one was on the stack. It'd be the only way to stop him from being able to shoot something for 4 total damage. And do you have anything to gain you life? Because my partner can deal direct damage to your face. Should be. And don't even block. Whatever he's gonna do, just take the face. Or take it to the face. Don't give him a chance to do anything to your guys. Then, all my partner has to do is attack all out, shoot him in the face, we win. Well, to be, in all fairness to you, you played a lot of stuff compared to the rest of us. Are we gonna go to game 3? This would be a ridiculous rarity. I don't think I've ever actually gone to a third game in a match, but most of the time they just quit after the first game. I've never made it out of made it to a third game because either we've lost both games, won both games, or people time out. So, let's see. I think we'll actually play the third game. The bolster player is what I'll call him. He's going to have to watch his clock real careful, or he's going to time... Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to time out. 5 minutes left for a third game. I don't really see that working out. Dragons, on the other hand, by all means, he could probably take us both by himself, especially if Bolster set him up. I don't know what all the Bolster player can do. I didn't see him be able to gain life. I saw him be able to destroy enchantments and artifacts and play a bunch of token creatures. If he could get some of that early acceleration to the dragon player, and the dragon player were to be able to play out the way he'd want to, we could be in a lot of trouble, even with the bolster player being at 5 minutes on his clock. And then if I can ramp out correctly, I should be able to stave off the dragon player's early damage, and hopefully be able to transition into the big life gain. What I'd like to do is be able to do Boon Reflection turn 5 and then Feud Killer's Verdict on turn 6 would be really cool, because then we'd gain 20 life and I'd get a 5/5. So game 3. Okay, my partner's got 2 land, so he should be alright for the first bit. I've got 3 land, which is good news. No, I'm going to keep. So I can go second turn Lone Missionary, third turn Oracle of Nectars. And then from then on, whatever and whatever. And if I get stuck on 3 mana, at least I can still use Oracle of Nectars to gain life every turn. Though I have to admit, I'm starting to think of taking this out of the deck because of it being so slow. If I can find something in mono white or hybrid mana. Oh! That can gain life when it comes into play, that would be really nice. I mean, I really do like Oracle of Nectars, I really do, but it's becoming apparent that it is slow. And it's looking too slow. I mean, if it was something like, you know, pay 1, tap it, and gain a certain number of life, instead of having to pay X to gain X, then it might be more viable. But as it is, having to dedicate my mana to using this just to gain life, as opposed to, I mean, look at this guy right next to him, you know, 2 mana, 2/1, gains 4, straight out. You know, it's only a one-time thing, but, you know, a 2/1 that gains you 4 life straight out versus a 2/2 that, to gain 4 life, I'd have to put in 4 mana, so that'd be a total of 7 mana. Seven mana to do the same effect, even if the effect is repeatable. I'm trying to think. Was there a card? I think there was a card in Return to Ravnica that was a hybrid mana, green and white. That was a centaur that came into play and gave you life. I think. I'd have to go and look at Gatherer to find out, because, like I said, I'm not a walking encyclopedia of magic cards. I I'm vaguely familiar with most Magic cards. Like the one I'm trying to think of, I'm pretty sure there's something that does what I'm talking about. Couldn't tell you the name. But I think I'll have to go and look, see if I can track that down. And if it does what I want, I might just see what cards that I can sell off to the bots and get a couple. Make this deck a little bit faster. Scourge of Valkas? Bolt. Okay. And I'm thinking I will have to O-ring him on my turn. 6 or more lands. He is exactly 1 land short from him turning on. Beginning of upkeep, it happens. So it wouldn't trigger next turn, but the turn after that it would. But that would also give me... oh, damn it. I was going to say, it would also give me the opportunity to O-ring him, and then if Bolster decides to destroy the O-ring, I'd have the opportunity to O-ring again. All with him not being able to get a dragon. But it looks like my partner can go with the Firemane Avenger, equip it, and swing. And he's got all the bolster up, and he can shoot something. And then on his next turn, he can play another Firemane Avenger. And, you know, if they don't have a way to slow him down at all, they are in big trouble. At the moment, if I had to guess, they are both worrying about my partner and not me. Which they should be. My partner is running this game right now. they would have to kill 2 of his creatures this turn. And that isn't going to do it. Let's see. Let's see what Bolster plays. Because as it stands, my partner could burn his flyer and burn his plant, and they'd take 6, 9, 14 damage. They're looking at 14 damage. Okay, save my partner the trouble. You're in even bigger trouble now that you've attacked with that. Oh, and I completely skipped. He could just play Master Warcraft. Make it so that they can't block. Or make it so that they don't block. But either way, they're dead. Unless Bolster has an instant that can kill 2 of my partner's creatures before he attacks. Shoot him in the face. They can't. He doesn't have any flying blockers, so that'd be a total of 12, and that's all you need. And there you go. That's the game. First game wasn't so good, and then me and my partner got into a rhythm, and that was that. So, if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next video.